Welcome back, all you OGs out there, whether you're an online gamer, an original gangster, just an old geezer like me. This is Julie 1961 for Old Gamers Never Die. And I am here in this video to help you out if you are getting ready to start Fjordur tomorrow. It releases on the 12th of June, and I think it's 10 a.m. Pacific or Mountain Time or something like that. Anyway, it's coming out tomorrow. And because this is a map that's basically been made official, it's been out on a mod version for several years now, and you may or may not have played it before. And if you've played it before as a modded map, there are things that you're going to have to do if you want the DLC to work. And I'm going to show you how to fix that, as well as really show you how to fix any kind of mod deinstallation. If you want to clear up your mod list for your PC version of Ark, then stay tuned for this video, because this will help you get that stuff straight and help you have a much better situation when you're starting the game, get Fjordur to load, and frankly free up some disk space. Because if you're like me and you collect a lot of mods, or you like to go to a bunch of dedicated servers that run mods, you're going to gather a bunch of them, and it's going to clog your system up if you're not using them anymore. So with that said, let's get this thing started. Okay, the first thing I want you to do before you do anything, if you play single player, okay, so you play the game as a single player person, I want you to go check out your single player page. If you've got mods loaded on there, like I do here, go ahead and write down the names of these mods, okay? Because that way you'll know what you had on here to start with. Because I'm going to show you how to go through to delete all your mods and start all over from scratch, as well as do individual mods and just get the ones that are giving you an issue out of your system. But if you do the full delete and reinstall, and you don't do this step and write down what you have on your single player, you may forget something. And then you get ready to start your single player game, and you're going, hey, why does this not look right? And it's because you don't have all your mods on here. So before you do anything, take a second and just scratch down the names of all the mods that you have running on your single player server. That way you won't mess up when you get ready to reinstall them if you decide to do a fresh wipe. Okay? All right, now that's out of the way. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over to Steam, and I'm going to show you how to take out one mod. And that's going to be the Fjordur map. So whether it's a map or a skin or a weapons mod or whatever, this is the way you would go about taking out one mod. You can do it with more than one, but you're going to be writing down a whole lot of stuff. So it's up to you. Okay, so let's get over to Steam. All right, we're in our Steam page in the library section, not store, but the library. And in our library, we've got our games. And yeah, I've got way too many games, but I'm a hoarder. And honestly, I got most of these for free or pretty discounted rate. So it's not as bad as it might look. Anyway, okay, so we got our Ark page up. And what we want to do is we want to go to our workshop tab. So this is right across here, workshop, and that will bring up all the mods that are out there for Ark, okay? And we want to find a particular mod, in this case, Fjordur. So we're going to type in Fjordur. I guess that's the way you say it. I know how to spell it. And type that in the search bar, and lo and behold, there's Fjordur. That's the modded version. That is not the DLC. Just click on that and go to the mod page. And this is whether you've installed it or whether you played on a server that was running Fjordur, it's going to be on your system. So whether you did it or whether you were playing on it and it downloaded because the server had it on it, this is going to be on your computer, and you've got to get rid of this for the DLC to work. All right, so first step, we want to go down here and we want to get the mod number, because we're going to need that to go into our directory to delete this file. So the mod ID number that we're looking for is 1838617463. And every mod that's out there, at least everybody should have the mod ID number out there. That's how the system keeps up with what mods on your server. Okay. Write this number down. I'll give you a second, because it's important to know what this number is when we go looking at our file directory, okay? Now, before you leave this page, what I want you to do is I want you to go up here, and where it says subscribed, I want you to click unsubscribe. That's the first step. If you're playing single player, when you uncheck this and say unsubscribe, you see now it says I have to hit the plus to subscribe again. It's going to take it out of your mod list on your single player game, but it is still on your computer. So it doesn't delete it from your computer. All it does is take it off the list. So for that, we need to go into Windows and do just a quick deletion of that file, and we will be fine. So let's go to our file manager. Now, what you're looking for is the Steam directory, and wherever that's at on your computer, whether it's on the C drive, whether it's on the D drive for you. For me, it would be actually on the E drive, and for me, I've changed the name on it. But you're looking for it to say Steam, not Steam Library. That's just what I called it on my computer. So when you find that Steam directory, you want to double click and go into there, and then you get to Steam Apps. Okay, and you double click that and go in there, and then the next thing you want to go to is to Common. Click Common, and now you're going to go down to Arc. Okay, and in Arc, you want to go to Shooter Game and Content. Now, in that folder, you're going to find a folder that says Mods. Click on that and open it up. Okay, so this is why I told you to write the number down. That's what this is all about. Okay, so we wrote our number down, and our number is 1838617463. Okay, so I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to look for that number, and mine are in order. You can sort it and find it a little bit easier if you need to. 18 is down here. 1838617463. Okay, that is Fjordur. Okay, for everybody, that's the number of that mod. Click one time and delete it. Okay, it's not going to break your computer. It's just going to take that mod off. There's also likely going to be a file below the directories with the same number on it. So go down, scroll down, find that same number file, and delete that. All right, and that's it. Now you have deleted a mod from your computer. And for you getting ready to load DLC for Fjordur on tomorrow, you're set because it's no longer on your computer. You go to the Steam page, you go to the DLC content, you download Fjordur official version, and you'll be set and ready to go. Same process goes for any mod that you want to delete, just the mod, just one single mod. Or like I said, if you want to write down 4 or 5 and search them out this same way, go to delete the file folder and then delete this extra file here. You can do that, and more power to you. Now, if you have a lot of mods like I do, this is actually not too bad. Just for kicks and giggles, let's go see just how big this mod directory is. So we're going to go up here and we're going to go to mods. This is going to be embarrassing. This is not as bad as it's been, let me tell you. So my mod directory size is, it'll take a minute. Yeah, see, it's not as bad as it was. So I have 44 gigs of mods on right now. I've had as much as 400 gigs of mods on my computer at one time. And that's because I play a lot of different servers. I play a lot of testing out mods on my single player, and it can get cumbersome after a while, especially because, I play them. Maps are really big, and then I forget to take them off, and then I've got this whole big mod folder. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to fix this. Okay, if you go to your mod folder and it's like, good Lord, how big is this thing? And it's taking up all this disk space, and I really don't want it to do that. Okay, let me show you how to get rid of this. And what it'll do is we're gonna delete them all. Okay, don't do it yet. Because steps I want to go through first. But here's what we need to do. We're gonna reduce this for a second, so we've got the folder still open, and then we're gonna go up here and we're gonna go back to the workshop. Okay, now here's the tricky part. Well, it's not tricky part. Here's the key to this. You have to unsubscribe to the mods in order for deleting the mods to make it work. Because if you don't unsubscribe and you delete them from that directory, all it's going to do is the next time you start Arc up, it's going to download them all over again, and you're going to be right back in the same boat. So what you want to do is you want to go to this browse feature right here and go to your subscribed items. That's going to pull up everything you're subscribed to. And what you'll want to do is, again, this is a complete fresh wipe. So you're going to have no mods on your system when you get done with this, but it will reload them all the next time you go to your dedicated server. This is why I told you to write them down for your solo play, because once you do this, you're not going to have a reference point unless you wrote down that list of mods that was in your single player game. So make sure before you hit this button, if you didn't do it before, go back, open up Arc, go to your single player session, write down those mods that you have in there that you want to play. And if there's some in there that you don't care to play anymore, that's fine. This will fix that. Okay. All right. So then what we're going to do is we're just going to go click this button. Boom. Do you really want to unsubscribe from all your mods? Yes, I do. I want to get them all out of here. All right. So now we're all gone. All my mods are gone. And now we're going to go back to that folder we were in, the mod folder, and open that back up. Okay, make sure you're still in Arc shooter game, because this works for all of your games in Steam. If you're modding games and you're playing it and you see like, oh my goodness, my Conan files are blown out of, they're just horrible. Do this. You can do the same process with that. You can do the same process with any game that runs on mods. You can delete them, and the next time you play, if you're playing on dedicated servers, it'll download them for you, or you can write them all down and go back and resubscribe. But this will clear your system out of the ones that you don't use anymore. Okay, so we're in the mod folder and we're going to start deleting stuff. Now, before you do any deleting in this folder, like I said, unless you're targeting specific mods that you've got the number for, what you need to do is scroll down, because if you have any of these DLC, which I'm assuming you do because you've been playing Ark, and these are on the free DLC map packs, the Crystal Isles, Lost Island, Ragnarok, don't delete these folders. They have stuff in there that is critical to run those particular maps. So what you'll do is anything that's got a number on it, you want to highlight, and those you can hit delete on. Okay, it's going to take a second and they'll be gone. All right, so now they're gone. And then all these other files down here that have numbers on them, you can do the same thing and delete those. Okay. So the only thing you should have in this folder that says mods are these maps that come with DLC. You need to keep those in there. If you take those out and you get ready to start your game back up, you're going to get an error. It's going to crash the game and it's going to say you're missing information. It's not the end of the world, but you'll just have to go back and verify your files, and that should take care of it. It'll take a while, probably take, depending on your computer, it can take 10 minutes, it can take a half an hour, it can take an hour, depends on how many files that you got loaded on your computer. But save yourself trouble. Make sure you only delete the numbered mod files. Don't delete the ones that say Crystal Isles, Lost Island, Ragnarok, The Center, and Valguero. And soon it'll have one, I'm assuming it'll say Fjordur. Okay, if there's the title of a map, leave them in there. If they're not, if they're numbers, those are the ones that are the mods for the different things that you want to kind of refresh. Let's put it that way. So now everything's gone out of there, and it should be a significant decrease in the size of this file, but we still got to go back and we got to put our mods back on that we are using, right? So now the time has come for us to go in and start Arc back up. Okay, and this is gonna load back in all those mods that we wanted in the game, and then once that's done, the game should start up normally and everything will be fine, and you'll have only the mods on there that you want to have, not all the mods on there from all the different other things that you might have been experimenting with, or maybe servers that you don't go to anymore, or things like that. So we're going to go ahead and join Lost Island, which is where I was sitting, and we're going to hit join, type in our password, and what it'll do is it's going to load all the mods that are on that server back onto your computer. So if you remember back when you first started playing and you went to that first modded server and it took a while for everything to load up, well, it's going to do that again. I've got an SSD card that I've got all my games on. That's why the folder's named something different. But depends on how many mods you have, how long this process may take. And you will likely time out a couple of times, just like you did the first time you loaded all this stuff up. Don't worry about that. Just sign back in and keep going until you get it done. So I'm going to let it run through. And once it's done, we'll come back and say, here's the first time, joining failed. Let's just connect back again. It's still downloading them. You can see over here at the bottom corner, it's still installing mods, but we'll keep joining, keep putting our password in. As frustrating as that is, there should be a way to save a password in this game, but it is what it is. Arc 2 will be out soon. And this will keep downloading, and once it's all downloaded, then we'll get back on here. I'll load up the game. You'll see that it starts up just fine. And then we'll go back and take a look at that folder and see just how much of a reduction we got by clearing out the house. All right, we'll be back in just a second. Okay, all the mods are loaded. We're loading the game up. And we're in. All right. We did it. So let's go back out. I'll just show you real quick what happened here. We're gonna step back out to our page here. Now you see remember we just deleted everything in here, and our mod folder, same folder, right? Change it. Same folder, and now has all the mods in it that we are using, plus the DLC mods that were in there. Now let's just see how that did for us. We had 40 something gigs, right? Let's see what we got. Oops. mods, properties. Let's see what we have. 27. So even though I had cleaned off that big huge bulk of mods that I had before and gotten it down to 40, I was still carrying a bunch of mods that I really didn't need, I wasn't using, and I just got back 13 gigs just for doing this. If you've been collecting mods over the last few years playing Ark, there's no telling how big this folder is. And if you're not using them, it's just wasted disk space. So follow this process. Make sure you unsubscribe to the mods that you're not using. Make sure you, when you're going to this mod folder and you get ready to delete these numbered mods, that you only delete the numbered mods. Don't delete the map mods. Just to make it a little bit more confusing, there is, in this directory, you'll find Velgaro and you'll find Scorched Earth, and you'll find, so there's map mods here. So don't get that confused. And there's map mods here. You're looking only at the mod folder and only at the numbered mod. Those are the ones you want to delete, and then when you start your server back up, it'll put them back on here. All right, so hopefully that helps you out and you get yourself situated so that you can play Fjordur when it comes out, and you're ready to play your other maps with a lot cleaner disk space to play them on, and remove some clutter on your computer, which is always a good thing. Well, hopefully this helps you and gets you on a good path to enjoying some more Ark. Ark 2 will be coming sometime. We'll see when it gets here. But in the meantime, enjoy Fjordur, enjoy the game and whatever servers you're playing on. Hey, try out some new mods. You can always take them back off if you don't like them. And now you know the process to do it with, so it doesn't clutter up your hard drive. Thank you very much. Y'all take care. And hey, if you found something in here that was useful to you, make sure you hit that like button. It really helps me out on the channel. It helps me out with all the YouTuberisms out there. And hey, it doesn't hurt if you really enjoy the videos. Reach down and hit that big red rectangle. Subscribe to Old Gamers Never Die. Come back and see us more often. I've got servers out there for the community in my Discord to play on. I have a Discord. It's the links in the description below. Come check us out there. If you want to play with us on the servers, it doesn't cost you anything. I just want to make sure who we have. So go through the Discord. You get the information. You get on the servers and play. And we'd love to have you. Well, that's it for me. Thank you very much for coming. I really appreciate it. And this is Julie signing out.